What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're back with another realistic rebuild. We only have like four more of these to do, and today we're gonna be doing a Portland Trailblazers realistic rebuild, which is my favorite team, so this should be fun. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one. Of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel. As always, greatly appreciate it as we are on the road to 30,000 subs. But when it comes to the Portland Trailblazers, obviously I have a lot more to say because they're my favorite team, and I have a little bit more intel on some things here. Now, I will say, I think the Blazers so far this year have played over expectations. The defense has been solid, and they've been a very solid team. The unfortunate part about that is Damian Lillard got injured early on, obviously, and he is out 1 to 2 weeks. Hopefully, he comes back on this road trip. We just lost to the Grizzlies, and then we get the Phoenix Suns in Phoenix on back-to-back nights. So I'm a little nervous about those two games. We'll see what happens there. DeAndre is going to return for them. We're not going to have Dame for the first game at least. So we'll see what happens, but hopefully we can maybe steal one of those. But as far as the Blazers are concerned, I really think they're actually in a really good position right now because they have a guy like Shaedon Sharpe who's developing. You have Damian Lillard who still looks really good at 32 years old, and you have him locked up for long term. And we've seen point guards play really good until they're 36 or whatever. So there's still a little bit of time left to do something around Dame. I will say that, as long as he obviously stays patient with the franchise, which I expect him to, because he has said multiple times he wants to be here, even though people still want to throw him in trade finders or throw him in trade machines or whatever it may be. So we are going to simulate this season though without doing anything. I think there's a good chance that the Blazers might be aggressive at the trade deadline in real life, based off how the season is going. But I kind of just want to simulate and see what happens without me doing anything. Hope Shaedon Sharpe develops a little bit, and then hopefully we can maybe make a big trade in the offseason and find something we can get in the offseason using Nurkic's salary, because I think eventually there is a world where you could see the Blazers making a big move to get another star next to Dame. Although I love how everyone's playing for us in real life, so it's kind of tough to trade anyone, but I'm going to have to do it. So let's simulate year number 1. Let's see how 2K has us doing, and then in the offseason is where we can make a big move and put someone around Dame. You see this, man? This could be you right here. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best way to get more out of the game you're watching. You're picking overs or unders on your favorite players who you love watching each and every day. Let me show you how it works. Prize Picks is available on mobile or desktop, and you basically get to choose 2 to 5 players, and you choose over or under on their props that they give you. You pretty much have every sport you can imagine on here. But let's say I wanted to go ahead and put a bet on Mitchell and Joel Embiid. I want to go more and more on them. If I get it right, I 3 times my money. Let's say I want to go up to 5 players, which is the most you can go up to. You can go more or more on all of them, and that's going to 10 times your money. I started with $100, and so far I'm up to $500. I've been having a ton of fun over here on Prize Picks. If you want to go ahead and sign up, link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables or matching deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. If you deposit $100, you get $200 to work with. Thank you, Prize Picks, for sponsoring today's video. Back to the rebuild. So Luka Doncic is going to win MVP. You got Chet Holmgren winning Rookie of the Year, Russell Westbrook winning 6-man, Joel Embiid Defensive Player, and then Cade Cunningham is your most improved, and Steve Kerr is your Coach of the Year. So Luka Doncic, All-NBA first team, John Morant, Giannis, LeBron, Embiid. All-NBA second, and All-NBA third team. So no Damian Lillard representing or anything like that. We are in the play-in tournament going up against the 10th-seeded Phoenix Suns. So unfortunately, we might fall in to the play-in, which I'm actually kind of hoping we make the playoffs. That way our pick is freed up. Our future picks are freed up from Chicago. So hopefully we can beat the Suns and get into the playoffs, because the Bulls have our pick this offseason as long as it's obviously in the lottery. So or we get to keep our pick if it's in the lottery. It was what I meant to say. So hopefully we can beat the Suns. We do lose. So we are out of the playoffs. We don't make it, which is really unfortunate, but that's okay. I think in real life, if the Blazers can play the way they're playing, they're going to be at least in the play-in tournament. They've been pretty solid so far. But regardless, let's go ahead and simulate the playoffs, and let's see how we do. Now, one thing that's very interesting to know is the Brooklyn Nets have just suspended Kyrie Irving. And some people are already speculating that Kyrie Irving may not play for the Brooklyn Nets ever again, which I don't know. That might be too far-fetched. Who knows? But if the Nets were to implode and just maybe be willing to trade Kevin Durant, maybe the Blazers can jump in on that if they wanted to. As a Blazers fan, I would hate to trade Shaedon Sharpe away, to be honest with you. The man's potential looks out of this world. He looks awesome, I just have to say. But we get to keep our pick at number 13. So unfortunately for us, that means our pick is now still locked in protection with Chicago, because our pick is like protected until like 2028 or something like that. So not all of our draft picks are freed up now, but we do have this 12th pick, and we can maybe try to get creative with it here on draft night where you can trade it. So I'm going to have a coach fill, or we're going to fill that guy out for the coaching staff, and then we're going to go to the draft. So on draft night, there's not much we can do here. We're going to have to wait till after the draft. We're going to pick whatever we can at number 12. And then this guy we draft will probably be a little bit more expendable, I will say. And hopefully, you know, we can figure it out from there. So at number 12 in the draft, we are going to have Amin Thompson on the board, who fell to me at, I mean, I got to take him, I think. So we're going to take him at 12. Amin Thompson should help me get somebody through the trades. He is going to be a 70% overall, probably going to have some pretty good potential. They're going to accept Josh Hart. We're going to accept all these guys, Keon Johnson as well. Qualifying offers, none. And then free agency, Jeremy Grant, I believe, is a free agent, which I want to re-sign him. So Jeremy Grant being a free agent, I definitely want him back. So I'm assuming he's going to get like 4-year 20 mil again, or 4-year 25 mil, assuming is what the Blazers will give him to keep him next to Dame and Simons. And then you have Eubanks as a free agent, but for now I'll wait. So now that we have our roster kind of back, we have these contracts, it is time to make a move. It is time to get the next star next to Damian Lillard. Don't really want to sacrifice Anthony Simons or Sharp if I don't have to. Thankfully, we got that pick to, you know, use Amin Thompson in a trade if we wanted to. So I'm going to look around the league. We're going to figure out what makes sense to put next to Damian Lillard. Like I said, the dream scenario, if the Blazers could pull it off, would be getting Kevin Durant. But if you're getting Kevin Durant, you're probably trading Shaedon Sharp away 100%. He's not going to be available here, obviously. But we're going to try our best to get somebody next to Damian Lillard here and be happy about it. So the guy we're going to try to get is Paul George, man. I'm going to try to put him next to Damian Lillard. I mean, I know these two haven't gotten along in the past, but there is a world where the Clippers may end up blowing it up if things don't go well this year. So you could see a world where we try to get Paul George from the Clippers, maybe. So what I'm going to do is, obviously I don't have enough money in this trade just yet. You would have to throw either Josh Hart or Gary Payton, which I am going to be more comfortable throwing Gary Payton in here. And then I definitely could probably take Amin Thompson in here, who I just drafted. And I need a little bit more salary in here, and that might be like Keon Johnson. So this would be me not getting up Simons or Sharp. This would be a whole haul for Paul George, and I'm going to offer this to see if they accept. They do accept. We get Paul George on this Portland Trailblazers roster. Now, Paul George is going to be our brand new small forward. It'll be Damian Lillard, Anthony Simons, Shaedon Sharp, Paul George, Josh Hart. You have Jeremy Grant, Greg Brown. I know we have literally no center now. That was kind of the biggest issue with trading Nurkic away, but I had to use his salary to do that. So now what I could do is I can move Watford to the 4 because I like him at the power forward a little bit better. So our backup, our starting center spot is going to be a little gloomy. It's not going to be great, but we're just going to have to roll with it and figure it out. So we have at least a backup guard, backup small forward, backup power forward. So that's great, but we need a center badly. And we have like some good options here as far as maybe getting like another guard, but the best center I can get is going to be Thomas Bryant. Thankfully, I can sign him to a $10 million contract, and that might give me the ability to trade for another center later on. So I am going to go ahead and give Thomas Bryant a 10-year deal, or not 10-year deal, a $10 million contract for 2 years. So you're going to sign Thomas Bryant to be the new center, and I think we have to sign Drew Eubanks to be our backup center. I think we kind of have to roll with that. So Drew Eubanks is going to be our backup center, and then if we wanted a backup point guard, we could grab one, but I'm not going to worry about it. So that is your new addition. It's going to be Dame, Anthony Simons, Shaedon Sharp, Paul George, Josh Hart, Jeremy Grant, Wofford, and then Bryant and Eubanks. So yeah, the center position gets weak, but we get a superstar in Paul George next to Dame and Simon. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. We need to do something, and we were able to do just that without trading Sharp or Simon. So feeling good. Let's get into this next season. The rotation is going to be this. It's going to be Damian Lillard, Anthony Simons, Paul George, Jeremy Grant, Thomas Bryant at the center for now, Josh Hart, Shaedon Sharp, Trayvon Wofford, and Drew Eubanks. So just going to run a 9-man rotation this year. You got Dame, like I said, very, very good roster with Paul George joining the fold. So Dame, Simons, and Paul George are a really good offensive attack. And obviously, Paul George helps on the defensive end as well a little bit. So feeling pretty good about this. We are going to go ahead and change Chauncey's preferred system to perimeter-centric. We're going to simulate this season. Thomas Bryant can space the floor a little bit as well. So it's kind of nice to have him, but we'll see if we can maybe upgrade the center position later on. Is a sacrifice we had to take in order to get a guy like Paul George. We have Paul George and Dame. Hopefully going to be able to get us a championship here in Rip City, but we're going to simulate the rest of the season. If we do stop the trade deadline, I'll show you. I don't plan on it, but we'll see how this season goes for us. So John Morant's going to win MVP. Gregory Jackson's Rookie of the Year for Charlotte. You got Michael Brogdon, 6th man. Robert Williams, defensive player. And then Chet Holmgren is your most improved for the Thunder. Joe Mazzulla is your coach of the year. And Brandon Harrison is your executive. Here's your All-NBA first team. All-NBA second team with Damian Lillard making it, which is honestly really beautiful to see. All-NBA third team. We do get Paul George making it as well. So I can't wait to look at the player stats. And then all defensive first team, all defensive second team. So we are in the playoffs as the second seed this time around, so no longer in the play-in tournament. We actually made the playoffs. 29 points from Dame, 24 from Paul George, 19 from Simons, 14.5 from Grant, and then 12.5 from Shaedon Sharp off the bench as well. 11 from Josh Hart, and then 9 from Thomas Bryant as the starting center. Which, like I said, if this doesn't work out, he shot how many threes a game? Almost 3 threes a game, shooting at 31%. So not too bad for a center. But if we don't make the, if we don't win a championship this year, there's still another move to be made as far as maybe getting a better center using Thomas Bryant's salary and maybe somebody else, maybe Eubanks salary as well. So we'll figure out what we could do after that. So now in round 1, we get the Los Angeles Lakers. So we get to play Russell, LeBron, and AD. And then they have Cody Zeller as well, Matt Ryan, who just hit a great shot the other night. People were saying on Twitter, the DoorDash driver delivers, I guess. You know what I mean? So let's see if we can beat the Lakers. Hopefully we can. We're down 1-0, lose by 54 in game 1. That's absolutely embarrassing, to be honest with you. Game 2, down 2-0. We do hopefully even it up here. We do. Can we beat them? Yeah, 6 straight. Hopefully beat them in 6. Nope. Okay. Here we go. Game 7 in Portland. Give Westminster Drew Eubanks. That's fine. I would love nothing more to get out of round 1 here. We went all in on Paul George, so getting out of round 1 is exactly where we want to be. Let's not lose in round 1. Please hang on to the lead. LeBron is trying to come back on us. We have the lead. Keep it up, and we do beat them. So thankfully, we get out of round 1. It was a little bit of scratching and clawing, but we were able to do it. LeBron James did his best, but thankfully we got out of round 1. Now the ultimate test has come. The Memphis Grizzlies. They got John Morant, Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson, Adams, Terrence Davis, Tyus Jones, Zaire Williams, Derek Lively, and Xavier Tillman. So a really, really good roster in Memphis. But we have a good roster as well. So I'm pretty sure we can beat them if we really put ourselves to the test. Game 1, up 1-0. So that's a good start. We won 1-0. Game 2, they even it up. Fair enough. Game 3, we need to win. We do. Game 4, can we win? We do not. Okay. Game 5 is going to be big. I am going to go down to an 8-man rotation. Let's play our 8 best players in this matchup. They want to start Eubanks over Thomas Bryant. I don't like that idea, to be honest with you. I'm just going to stick with Thomas Bryant out there. I think that makes a lot more sense. So we'll have that going for us. So Dame and Paul George getting 34 minutes. Hopefully we can win game 5, and we do not. So we lose by 1. Very heartbreaking. I guess if they really want to play Eubanks, I mean, we need a better center regardless. So can we come out here and win game 6 and push this to a game 7 back to Portland? Back and forth game. We have the lead. We keep taking it, and we hang on to it. We do. Just barely beat them in game 6. And now we get to play them in game 7 back in Portland. This is to get to the Western Conference Finals for the 2nd time in Damian Lillard's career. Can we do it with what we have going on? We're playing Dame, Paul George, and Simons a bunch of minutes this game. All going to play 39 and 40 minutes. Here we go. Game 7 in Portland. We need a big one here. Big matchup. Can we please get it done? It's not looking good. They're starting to run away with it. And it looks like oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's not over yet. We came back. We pushed this to it. Come on. Keep it up. Don't give up now. We were there, and now we're giving it up again. We haven't scored in a minute. And we are going to lose, unfortunately, in Game 7 to Memphis in round 2, which is so heartbreaking, but there is another step to take. You got Grizzlies and Pacers in the finals, and you got the Grizzlies going to win the championship. So we eventually lost to the team, or we lost to the team that eventually won a championship, so I guess that's fine. But the biggest upgrade would be obviously, new center, which is what we're going to try to do. So our pick is now finally freed. So now all of our future draft picks are freed up, so we can kind of use those to our advantage as well. So now we can hire a guard guru, and we can go trade for a center or something along the lines of that. Immediately that comes to mind is Clint Capella, but I don't remember how much money he's making, but we'll see what we can grab. We don't have a draft pick here at all, so hopefully we can use the trade finder to our advantage to get a better center. Paul George is going to decline his player option, which is a little nerve-wracking, obviously. We definitely want to make sure we keep him around. Greg Brown, I don't mind extending my qualifying offer. So Paul George would be #1 priority. Here you got Josh Hart as well. So both of them I want back. I'm going to give Paul George a contract, and then Josh Hart I am as well. So sign both of them back. Keep them in Portland, which is great. Josh Hart has been a dream small forward for this roster. So I definitely want to keep him. As far as getting a backup, I could sign Isaiah Hartenstein, which I'm going to do. I love Isaiah Hartenstein as a backup center, so I have the ability to do that. So Isaiah Hartenstein is going to be my brand new backup center, which makes both the centers I have fully expendable. So it is time to make that trade, like I said. So Bryant and Eubanks are on the move for a legitimate center, and that's going to be my last and final move to put this Blazers roster in contention, finally to go to win championship. We were in contention last year, but if we can get like a really good center, it's only going to help from here. So the Spurs have Miles Turner is who I'm going to try to snag as my final upgrade at the center position. So Bryant, Eubanks, and a future first for Miles Turner. They do not agree to that, which is fair. I'll throw Jabari Walker in here as well, and they do agree. So just like that, we get Miles Turner as our brand new center here in Portland. So now you have your final lineup of Dame, Simon, Sharp, Paul George, Josh Hart. It's going to be Jeremy Grant, Trent Watford, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Miles Turner. So that's your final form here. Your final form of this Portland Trailblazers roster around Damian Lillard. and of course Paul George and Simons. And we got Greg Brown, those guys coming back. So you got Dame, Paul George, Simon, Shaden Sharp's up to an 84. This is your final roster. If they cannot get it done, then it's just not going to happen. So we're going in this year number 3 with the hopes. I mean, I guess we can run it back like 2 more seasons after that if we really wanted to. But I'm hoping this is the final product that we put together is going to get it done, and they're going to go win a championship. So let's go see if they can do that. I'm going to load a draft class just in case we do have to run another season, but I'm very, very optimistic about what we have going for us this year. So at the end of the season, Darius Garland wins MVP, averaging 32 and 12, which him and Mitchell looked amazing the other night against Boston. Xavier Booker is the Rookie of the Year. Markelle Fultz, 6-man for Philadelphia, so he is back in Philly, which is interesting. Giannis Defensive Player. Wembanyama wins Most Improved for the Kings, which is a really nice addition for them. And Coach of the Year goes to JB Bickerstaff on the Cavaliers. Okay, Brandon Harrison is your executive for the Cavs. So on your first team, no Dame. You got John Morant and Garland. No Dame here either, and no Dame here. So, okay, unfortunately, oh no, we got Paul George, but no Damian Lillard. Okay, that's fine though. All defensive first team, all defensive second team. No Paul George on all defensive teams. So, okay, so we are the first seed in the Western Conference. So player stats wise, we had 26 from Dame. 26 and 11, he doesn't make an all-NBA team. I find that quite crazy, but whatever. I guess the guard play is just that good. First team all-NBA, second team all-NBA. Wait, maybe he did make it. Wait, what year are we in? 2025? I don't know. All right, regardless, yeah, we're in 2025. We are playing, well, let's see. Semi-play-in, we get to play the Grizzlies once again. So they eliminated us last year. If they do it this year, I'm going to be very disappointed because we're in a good position. We're the first seed. They're the 8th seed. 8th seeds are scary, though. They just won a championship, so I'm a little nervous about this. Derek Lively is now their starting center. I mean, what is oh, they lost Desmond Bane. That's why they're down. Okay, so losing Desmond Bane should be huge for us then. If they had Desmond Bane still, they probably would have had more success. So that's why they're here. Okay, we have Shaden Sharp as our 6-man. Game 1, we lose. Game 2, we even it up. Please don't lose the Grizzlies in round 1. Please don't do that. We might, because it's John Morant. Can we please beat them? We're going to a game 7 with the 8th seed. I don't like this at all. I don't like this, man. We're going to lose an 8th seed. I hate this. I hate this feeling. Please don't lose. Please don't lose. Please don't lose to the 8th seed. And we're going to do that, aren't we? I hate this damn game, man. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. I hate this game with an absolute passion. 8th seeds are so overpowered. It's not even funny. John Morant, it's probably a one-man wrecking crew in the simulation, and we lose. I averaged 34 in the playoffs on us, 12 assists. Absolutely mind-boggling. Whatever. I mean, with that ending, I don't want to end it like that. I guess I want to run it back one more year and hope we don't draw the Grizzlies as our damn 8th seed. 8th seed upsets are the worst feeling in the absolute world for sure. It sucks that they happen, but that's 2K for you, so not much we can do. So we're going to run it back with the same song and dance. I don't plan on changing anything, to be honest with you. I guess I could grab a new head coach, but I do like Chauncey Billups, so I'm going to probably keep him. I think he's done a decent job in real life. Maybe a little bit of things I'd like to see him change, but other than that, he's done a great job. Actually has Dame and Simons playing a little bit of defense and stuff like that. So a lot to be, a lot to like. So now we can go Armstrong here, and boom, just like that, we got him. Let's go to player options now. I'm not even worried about draft night, and let's just make sure we keep everybody. Pretty sure everybody's under contract. Like maybe Watford is going to be a free agent. Shaden Sharp's in the last year of rookie contract. Greg Brown is a free agent. He's not a big part of the rotation. Okay, free agents that we have. Yeah, Trent Watford is the only one I'm really worried about. So Watford, we're going to sign back to be our backup power forward still. But other than that, we should be ready to roll. Do we have anybody else? It was Greg Brown, which I'm not too worried about. Do we need anything else through free agency? You got Dame. I guess the only thing you could maybe grab is a backup point guard. So if you wanted like a Gabe Vincent or maybe a Derek White, which we could move him to point guard, we could. Tim Hardaway, Max Strus. So I'm going to get Derek White a 2-year deal. He may not even play any minutes, but he might be our backup point guard. Why not? Might as well just have him for depth if we need him. So Derek White, we move to point guard, and he's actually going to go up to an 82. So pretty solid. We'll take that. And now we can go to player progression, and we can run it back for this 4th and final season. I'm not running it back another year. We got eliminated by an 8th seed last year. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Derek White's on 81, so he's probably going to take over for Wofford. He's probably actually going to play minutes, but we'll be happy with that. Going to run it one more season, and this is the year we get it done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this was our final year of running it back. We do have the Grizzlies in the play-in tournament, so hopefully they don't beat the Kings and they lost. So we get to play Sacramento, have Wembanyama. So I guess we don't have to deal with the Grizzlies just yet. They actually get eliminated. So that's the team that's been kind of eliminating us. But player stats-wise, obviously we finished up as a 2nd seed. Dame, Paul George, Simon, Sharp, 15. I mean, there's a lot of scoring to go around, and we're a pretty solid team. Like I said, this is the last year. Everyone's shooting efficiently from 3 as well. 40% for almost everybody, which is really nice. And then Jeremy Grant, 38%, 31 from Miles Turner, 34 from Josh Hart, 37 from Derek White. So pretty solid all around. Here we go. Sacramento Kings. We have to play De'Aaron Fox, Brown, Keegan Murray, Barnes, Webb, and Yama, Mitchell, Kongwu, TJ Warren, and Matt Byer. Game 1, we're down 1-0. Game 2, we're down 2-0. We do even it up, hopefully. Yes, we do. Can we win 3 straight? Yes, we do. Can we beat them in 6? Let's go. I thought for sure we were getting eliminated in round 1 again. But nope, we get out of round 1 finally. And now we get to play the Warriors, who have Kuminga, Stephen Curry, Jordan Poole, Wiggins. Now I'm going to pretend to know how to pronounce that guy's name. I don't know how they have Franz Wagner on their team as well, but they do. He's making $2 million, which is absolutely stupid. So, yep, awesome. Love it. All right, well, let's see if we can beat them. Semi current round, and we're going to play, okay, 1-0. 2-0. So far, so good. 2-1. Can we go up 3-1? Yes, and beat them in 5. Okay, we beat the Warriors pretty easily. I was kind of surprised by that, especially with Franz Wagner coming off the bench. But now we get the Pelicans, which is going to be the ultimate test. They have DeJounte Murray, Zion Williamson, Kevon Looney. Wait, is that actually Kevon Looney? Why does he look so weird there? Whatever. So Julius Randle on the Pelicans as well. Herbert Jones is up to an 80. Yeah, this is going to be a tough team to beat. This is going to be tough. Dice Daniels an 86. If we lose to this team, I wouldn't be too surprised. That's a really good roster. We have an 88 Sharp off our bench, though. So it's not like we're not, we're pretty talented as well. So we'll see what happens. Game 1, down 1-0. Game 2, down 2-0. And that's going to be all she wrote. We're going to lose in 4 unless we come back here. Okay, we're not done just yet. We are going to a game 7 against the Pelicans after being down 3-0. We've won 4 straight if we can win this one. Please win it. Please make this ultimate comeback. 3-0 lead blown by the Pelicans. We have the lead right now. Hang on to it. Let's go. We just made them blow a 3-0 lead, and now we get to play the Cavaliers. This is the Dama Championship in the virtual world. Also, Paul George ring as well is pretty cool. They have Matisse Thybulle, Mobley, Jarrett Allen, Cole Anthony, Garland Mitchell. They got Jakob Poeltl, Dean Wade, Peyton Pritchard, Royce O'Neal. Game 1, up 1-0. Game 2, they even it up. Game 3, 2-1 for them. 3-1, and we're going to lose in 5, aren't we? Wait, we're not done yet. Damn. Okay. Well, we got to the finals to end the video. We lose to the Cavaliers, unfortunately. You know what? We got Dame to the finals. We didn't win the championship, though. That really sucks. And really hoping for a really good turnaround for my Blazers, to be honest with you, man. They're off to a good start this year. I think they're in a good position to eventually make a trade for a star if they wanted to. They obviously have some assets. They have some young guys like Keon Johnson, Shaedon Sharpe, Anthony Simons. I think Shaedon Sharpe is him, so I would hate to trade him away in real life, but I mean, we'll see what happens. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.